Hello and a very warm welcome to my channel. Tonight, we give you a piece of breaking news. Meghan Markle was mocked by the illusion of replacing Donald Trump. Today, a close friend exclusively told Daily Mail, Meghan Markle's instinct to leave the United Kingdom and move to California all makes sense to her now, as she believes she was destined to help fight systemic racism in the United States. This insider explained, the Duchess feels that her gnawing urgency to uproot from England was fate so she could be at the forefront of the movement. Wow. Meghan really thinks she's an expert on everything, doesn't she? This narcissistic sense of grandeur still shocks me even though she's shown us who she is many times. Why would she think she has any qualifications? No graduate degree, not any experience in politics. Completely out of touch with reality. She had a recurring role on a mediocre cable show. Hear me, she's too lazy to become a politician. She doesn't have the work ethic. She couldn't keep up to the required schedule from early a.m. to midnight. She wouldn't want to fundraise for an election. She doesn't want to mix with the little people she dislikes so much. She doesn't play well with others. She's not that good at public speaking. Oh, her little word salad speeches full of platitudes and cliches don't count. But she couldn't speak clearly and definitively about her platform and policies. She would never be able to supervise a staff and keep them. She wouldn't want to listen to her constituents, because that would just be noise to her. And she wouldn't take their phone calls at 9 p.m. at night and meet with them in the local library on her days in the district for their little town halls. She's just full of bullshit. Back to this reveal, they added, Meghan said her work as a leader is more important than ever right now and that she's been speaking with Oprah and other community leaders on how she can be part of the solution. Meghan feels like her mission goes far beyond acting. She said she wants to use her voice for change and hasn't ruled out a career in politics. Really? A career in politics, eh? She has failed in her role as the Duchess of Sussex by not supporting local charities here, not representing the people of Sussex or their concerns, and not accepting the royal family she married into, let alone go into American politics. She's far too immature. She will fail at this too. Meanwhile, discuss this news, Ms. Angela Levin said on The Sun, how hypocritical, did not like the negative view this country had of her and her opinions so are going into politics where no one likes you and your opinions are pulled apart on a daily basis, good luck with that, send Harry back anytime you like, just stay away from yourself, please. I am still waiting for the divorce papers to be filed, can't be far off now? There hasn't been one moment in their relationship that has been calm, harmonious, or without drama and scheming. This isn't loving, it is narcissistic control. Mr. Phil Dampiers also added, Meghan hasn't ruled out politics. I hope Her Majesty keeps that in mind when she does her year-end review. I don't imagine being married to a British prince would give her an advantage in a US election, but I guess she could discard Harry before she declares herself a candidate. Harry, she will Markle you just as she has done with so many others, that is once they have served their purpose. Meghan, who quit her royal duties with husband Prince Harry earlier this year and relocated to Los Angeles in March, recently distanced herself from best friend Jessica Mulroney after she threatened to sue a black influencer over a dispute. Meghan was left absolutely mortified with Mulroney's tone-deaf threats and can no longer be associated with her, close friends previously told DailyMail.com. Meghan said friends reflect friends and because of what's at stake she can no longer be associated with Jessica, at least not in public. She has to do what she has to do in order to preserve her dignity and her own reputation. However, many fans from Daily Mail have slammed her and Harry, more than 10,000 comments on over 8 hours. One said, she thinks she's a feminist because she read a book on it once. She probably filled in her own patent application forgetting to even sign it because she played a paralegal once. People like that always imagine they're experts on everything. Her beliefs about royalty probably stem from having done a few dozen engagements and living next to Windsor for a few months as well. But the problem is she doesn't care about the issue itself, she cares about what the issue can do for her and people adoring her. If she could change the world but she had to do it anonymously, with no one knowing she had done it, I think she wouldn't do a thing about it. Also, how can someone who didn't invite a single BAME family member to their wedding, say they are going to tackle something like this? A fan replied to him, Rachel has always been delusional. She'll discard any friend after they've served their purpose. Besides, the article says that her work as a leader is important. I am just wondering, what sort of leader does Rachel think she is? I think the Queen needs to do an urgent review of their titles, patronages, and funding before the 12 months are up. Meghan knows full well any member of the royal family cannot dabble in politics, as they should stay neutral. Meanwhile, the second wrote, in other words, all her other plans have failed to materialize, so she's now looking for a cause to justify her move. The royal family does not get involved in politics, so it's time for Harry to ditch her or for the Queen to strip them of all royal titles. Poor Harry must be feeling isolated and lonely right about now. He went from living a fairy tale life on top of the world to being married to Meghan. All of us can make a decision in our lives, usually when young, that can totally destroy them if not careful. Hope he finds happiness. But a fan not agrees and said, desperately trying to be relevant. Sorry Meghan, you're yesterday's woman. She is not interested in politics, she is just interested in pushing herself into the limelight. That is why whatever the latest controversial topic is, she is there making a statement about it. While another added, I made a comment a long time back that this was her aim to get into politics and quite a lot disagreed with me. She loves making speeches and thinks she is so right and knowledgeable about everything. She realizes her acting career is zero, so this is her next best step. Where Harry fits into this being a British prince, I don't know. Meanwhile, the next fan wrote, considering how much trouble her friends caused by speaking to People magazine without her knowledge and how we are told she only chooses friends who are utterly discreet, it seems strange how sources and friends are able to leak a new story every other day to the press. So either her friends are totally untrustworthy and she does nothing about it, she tells them to talk to the press, or she is leaking stories herself. I think we all know the answer to that one. A fan replied to him, who on earth is ever going to listen to Meghan? She cannot even put things right with her own father. She has completely snubbed him when he has health problems and is very vulnerable. She didn't even think to ask if he was okay when he had his bad heart attack. And we all know that on Sunday he will not even receive so much as a Happy Father's Day card from her. She never gets on with people and simply drops them when of no further use. Plus, like all her plans so far, she hasn't counted on the intelligence of the public. We have watched, we have listened. We found you incredible in every single thing. No humanitarian would behave as you have. No environmentalist would behave as you have. And no true animal lover would behave as you have. And don't even get us started on your friend and dating record. Bye-bye. However, a fan surprised and said, oh God preserve us. Whatever next? This woman has no purpose in her life, and for all her wailing about wanting to lead a quiet life away from the intrusion of the press into her so perfect life, she cannot help but jump onto whatever bandwagon she thinks will put her into the press. She shifts her focus from one charity or cause to another, she cannot help herself. Again, where does this leave Harry? Poor fool. But a user not thinks so. He said, her plan was to meet Mary and produce a child with a wealthy person from the UK. She managed to catch a prince, so she is made for life. The decision to leave was made before she caught her prince because it was a plan all along. She had no intention of remaining with the royal family. Too much like hard work and following traditions wouldn't have fitted in with the latest trends that need to be followed for maximum self-publicity, which has been put above a country's centuries-old traditions. And the last one wrote, she failed miserably at becoming a royal. Sussex royal was brilliantly blocked by Her Majesty. Archewell charity wasn't approved. No big roles being offered in Hollywood. 3 countries this family called home in the first year. No titles. No house. No real friends. No family except for Doria. Narcissists destroy everything in their path when they feel they didn't get the respect they were entitled to. Yep, found the trendiest bandwagon to jump on. I guess climate change is out the window now. Ditched yet another person from her life, the list is endless. She is constantly trying to stay relevant at any cost. Harry must be exhausted trying to keep up with her. It's no surprise she gets such negative press coverage. This will only get worse for this family. Poor Archie. He's the innocent victim in all this mess. Harry should have waited before marrying the train wreck that is Meghan Markle. And you? What do you think about this narcissistic? Please let me know in the comment section and we talk about Meghan Markle. Remember to like and share my video if you loved it. Also, subscribe to my new version of the Sussex Daily News channel to get more news from the royal family. Now, good night and see you in the next videos.